Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Mukhtar Ahmed with the Virtual University course of Leadership and Team Management. We are here with our lecture number 7. We are discussing the leadership process. During our last lecture, we started this leadership process with this mindset that there are 3 components. One is the leader, another one is follower, and the third component is the situation. And because leadership will be focusing most of the time for this subject, so we started with the followers. During our last lecture, I tried to explain to you these concepts of followerships, the traits, characteristics of effective followers, and then we discussed few styles of followerships. And they were pragmatic followerships or followers. And then we discussed about the alienated, conventional, passive, and then the last one was the exemplary followers. And then we focused remaining last part of the last lecture, that was lecture number 6, about the exemplary followers. And we also discussed that leader and followers both depend on each other. Effectiveness of a leader depends on the followerships or followers, and the vice versa. So if there is an achievement in any organization, any team, it is not only the achievement of the leader, but of course the followers too. And similarly, the cohesiveness within the followers, the competency, the perception, the behavior aspects, the trust, and few others, similar type of traits we discussed during our last lecture, that they are playing very important role in the performance of a group or the process of leaderships. We'll continue the same thing today in this lecture. And then during the last part of the lecture number 6, we started the typical role of this followership, especially the exemplary followers. If you remember, I also said that you cannot have the one type of followers only in any organization, any group, any team. There are mixed type of followers. You might have a conventional followers with you, and same time you have the exemplary followers with you. The important thing for a leader is to understand this thing and then take along with him or her all their followers in a way that they should achieve the goal. And I think that was the basic characteristics of the exemplary followers. They focus on the goal. And if you all focus on the goal, so naturally the cohesive team and the leader, of course, they will try maximum of their efforts to achieve the goals. And naturally then they will be a winning team. They will be a winning group, a successful group, and they're going to be a successful organizations. So ladies and gentlemen, let's start our lecture number 7 today. And I hope we are together, understanding each other. By the way, what about that exercise which I gave you last time? That was the house or in-home exercise of brainstorming. I advise to you, just enlist the few leaders you have seen in your life. That they can be from the family, within the family, in the society, in the neighborhoods, of any team leader. And how was that exercise, by the way? Are you now in a better position to understand this concept of leadership? And can you now differentiate between an effective leader and an ineffective leader? But for that purpose, a good leader or a bad leader? If you are confident, so our purpose is solved. If not, do it again. And with one or two of these type of activities, I believe you will be in the right path, you will be in the right direction of picking up this subject or understanding this subject. So let's start our lecture number 7 as of today. The topic which I started and I was not able to complete during our last lecture was the responsibilities of exemplary followers. And we identified 4 roles or the responsibilities of a follower in an organization, in any group, and in any team. They were: number 1, they support the leader's decisions. Number 2, they challenge the leaders. Number 3, they encourage the leader. Number 4, they defend the leader. Let me go one by one and explain this concept of responsibilities, or role of the followers, and especially the exemplary follower I'm talking. Because remember that few other type of followers we discussed, there were a few conventional, there were a few passive, and they cannot challenge the leader. So that is why I'm focusing on the exemplary followers. So I'll go one by one. Let's talk about the support of the leaders. And remember, this doesn't mean that those exemplary followers, they are going to support all decisions of leaders. Because these are the people who understand they are leader themselves in a way. So they stress the need of the dialogue basically. They first believe that leader and follower should discuss all those actions before taking any decisions. And once those decisions are taken, then definitely they support the leader. They refuse to encourage the criticism, especially once the decision is collectively taken within the group. Because they, again, remember, their focus is the goal. So then those followers, which are exemplary type of followers, once the decision is taken, it is a group decision, it is a team decision, it is a collective decision, so then they will support it. Not only support it, they will make sure that they're all acting accordingly for the achievement of goals. So they keep those communication channels open within the group, and then followers, leaders, communication, so that if there is any clarity needed, if there is any issue which need to be discussed again, it should be open communication, and everybody should be involved, especially who are directly related to that particular decision, so that then they should have a supportive environment in the organizations. And then they will also try that they keep on reminding the leader that he or she need to spend some time with the subordinates, with the colleagues, with the followers, so that there should not be any communication gap. And then they keep on reinforcing that decision in the organization, in their group, within the group, and within the organization, so that they keep on focusing on the goals. Now, this doesn't mean that they always support the decisions. They sometimes also challenge the decisions or challenge the leaders. Why they want to challenge the leader? And do you think it is a healthy sign? If we see the characteristics of an effective group, they do challenge each other. On what? On the procedures, on the issues, on the thinking process, how to tackle this issue, particular issue. If person A can have a different idea, person B can have a different idea. Leader might suggest a solution, but the followers who are owning this group, team, and they want to focus on the goal achievement, they definitely are going to challenge those discussion processes, policies, so that the bottom line is the kind of what objective is that they want to make it sure that they're all going to achieve the goal. So exemplary followers, they also sometimes challenge the leader. And again, if there are certain issues, they will preferably talk to leader in the private and they can explain their point of view to him or her. And they must pay attention and timely and with those, whatever decision their leaders are taking, that nothing should go wrong. Again, remember, it is not one versus A versus B. Again, it is their perception, the followers, that leader might have missed that point and his decision might be influenced by certain thing which can have a negative effect at the end of the day. So this is also a positive, we'll take it as a positive step. So these exemplary followers, because they are exemplary, they of course also challenge the leaders. So I'll take this challenging the leader in the positive sense, not in the negative sense. They are not challenging his position or her position. They are challenging the thinking process, the decision-making process. And most of the time, those encourage the leaders. Of course, leader is also a human being. There might be good time, there might be bad time. During positive time, during good time, everybody is positive, and yes, leader and every team member, they are moving collectively. But sometime, those teams, those groups, those organizations, they can have the rainy season. They can have the bad spot or bad time, I can say. So that time, during those times, those exemplary leaders, they always encourage the leader. Hang on. We need to be collective. We need to be like a team. Yes, we can face this thing and we can go to next step. Even when there are difficult decisions which a leader needs to take, of course, I'm not talking about individual decisions for the organization, for the team, for the group, for the achievement of the goals. Those exemplary followers, they stand by with their leader and they encourage him or her for the decision making so that they should achieve the goal. So not only encourage the leader, but those followers, they also defend the leader. Loyalty with the leader is very important. And they can have the active support. They always show their active support with their colleagues, with their leaders. So those exemplary followers, they support, they challenge, and not only challenge, they also defend the leaders. So defending mean here the loyalty with the leaders. Not only loyalty with the leaders, but the loyalty with the decisions which are taken by the leaders. They need to own those leaders, those decisions taken by the leader, and then be supportive. Because there might be some followers within the team, within the group, which are passive, which are conventional, or pragmatic for that purpose, reason. And if there is some negative thought within the group after decision is taken, so that might create a negative effect in the cohesiveness of the group, or the activities which are supposed to be done. So here, those exemplary followers, they step forward and they defend the decision to keep the morale high within the group, within the team, so that they should achieve the goal. Clear? What they expect from their leaders? They are demanding because they challenge. They go with a zeal. So exemplary those followers, they also have some expectation from the leaders. They want their leader to be honest. Honest with the cause, honest with the followers, honest with the team. So they're expecting their leader to be honest. Not only honest, but same time, they're also expecting that their leader is forward-looking, visionary. Not only visionary, but he or she should be inspiring too, motivational. That leader should motivate his team, inspire his team, excite his or her team. Not only this, but of course, a competent person too. We should not others when they are making some decisions. We should not be asking others when it is a hard time. Person, if the leader is competent, he or she can make his or her own decisions too. And fair-minded person. So these are the few generic type of expectations which those exemplary followers, they expect from their leaders. That he or she should be dead honest. That is how this trust develops within the group. Why should you believe whatever your leader is saying unless you are trusting him or her? And how this trust is coming? When you believe that he or she is going to be honest with the cause, with the group members, with the organization, so then you can believe on each other. And I think similar type of expectation is from the leader side. He or she should also be expecting that his or her followers or team members, they're honest. So we are expecting the similar type of things from each other. The group, the followers, they expect same thing from the leaders. And leader on the other side, he or she is also expecting the same thing from the followers. And that is how this trust is being developed. This is how they are going to be a winning team. This is how they are going to be a successful group or a prosperous organization, successful organization. Clear? How can we make sure that we can bring this exemplary fellowship thing in our organization, in our group, in our team? Because these are all learned things. As we said that this leadership can be a learning process. Similarly, if you cultivate these exemplary fellowship traits within your organization, within your group, with your team, you can have more exemplary followers. Now, how can we do it? You need to work to increase the variety and complexity of the assignments. There will be always a challenge for the followers. That is why we always keep the goal as a challenging goal. Unless there is a challenge, nobody will put extra effort to achieve it. So if you, as a leader, bring those assignments in a way that make them more challenging and involve your followers in a variety of different kind of complex assignments, so they should learn it. You are training them. You are a coach for your followers, for your team. So with this rotation of bringing more and more complex type of things within your organization, within your team, giving them exposure to new techniques, new training, can make your followers more effective, more talented, more competent. So naturally, it's a learning. If you have a learning organization, we'll talk about this later, learning organization concept. And then you need to put pressure on them that those followers should seek to enhance their skills. No person should be satisfied whatever he or she is doing. It is always push strategy that each one should go for the better and better thing. Each person should feel that I need to learn more. These techniques might be obsolete now. They need to go for more and more training, more learning. And you have to link those things in a way that the drive might be from their side, the follower side. Because the career planning should be in a way that each person should feel if I'll take this training, if I'll get these new tools, I'll be getting these and these benefits. My organization is recognizing my training. This concept of learning organization is very important nowadays. So you need to make an environment. You need to cultivate these things within your followers. So they should always go for better training, more learning, more training. Then what will happen? Who is going to get the benefit? Naturally, individuals are going to get the benefits. Not only this, individuals are going to get the benefit. The group as a whole, the team as a whole, they are going to get the benefits. Leader is also going to get the benefit. And then ultimately everybody is going to get the benefit. So we need to enhance the skills of our followers, skill set of our followers. Another important thing which can help us to cultivate this exemplary fellowship thing in our organization, in our teams, is to share the credit. Whenever you are achieving something, whenever you have won any match, whenever you have achieved some success, you need to give credit to everybody. हम इसमें काफी कंजूसी कर जाते हैं, कुछ भी नहीं लगता इसमें. You only need to boost the morale of your team members. कि भाई ये सब कुछ जो हुआ है हम सब की इकट्ठी मेहनत से हुआ है. वो जो कहते हैं ना बकअप करना, that is very important. बहुत ज्यादा उसका मोरल हाई हो जाता है लोगों का. Next time they put extra effort into, because they know that their efforts has been recognized. So credit sharing is very important. नुकसान हो जाए तो कोई हर्ज नहीं है, आप कह सकते हैं अब तो हो गया कि लेट्स सी व्हाट इज द प्रॉब्लम, व्हाई इट हैपन. लेकिन अगर आपने अचीवमेंट कर ली कोई, तो देन शेयर द क्रेडिट अमंग योर कोलीग्स, अमंग योर टीम मेंबर्स. गिव क्रेडिट टू देम टू. दिस वाज ड्यू टू योर एफर्ट्स. This was a collective teamwork that we are able to succeed. Then, never undermine their authorities. When you're giving a person, giving empowerment to them, giving them authority, then let them use the authority. That will help them to build their confidence. So if you really want that your followers are exemplary followers, you don't want obedient servant only, then you need to respect their whatever authority they have been given, whatever power they have been delegated. So that will cultivate this exemplary fellowship or followership among your team members, your colleagues, your followers. Mentor your followers. You have to act as a mentor, especially to those who hope or who are trying that they will become leaders someday. That is going to be a feather in your flag, in your cap. If your pie is becoming larger and larger, you'll get bigger share. Never be threatened by somebody else that he or she is going to become a leader. You will become a bigger leader. You will become a next stage leader. So if few followers or some followers are hoping that they will become leaders someday, you as a leader need to act as a mentor for them so that they should be confident. So naturally, you are going to cultivate this exemplary followership within your organization. You need to encourage and open up the dialogue within your group, within your team. That will also give them the courage, the confidence, and same time they will realize that they are important. So that is another step you can take. That is another strategy you can take to cultivate this exemplary followership or followership thing in your team. Of course, you need to empower them. You need to help them to build the confidence. You need to acknowledge their values, not only in private, but also, of course, in publicly too. This is, again, a human psychology. Each person wants recognitions, identification. वो जो हर एक के दिल में ख्वाहिश होती है ना कि थोड़ी सी मशहूरी हो जाए, मुझे भी लोग पहचानने लगे, तो कोई हर्ज नहीं है अगर आप तारीफ करते हैं अपने टीम मेंबर्स की, फॉलोअर्स की. Because at the end of the day, you are all getting benefit of this thing. हम बहुत कंजूस हैं किसी की तारीफ करने में. दो लफ्ज जो होते हैं ना, ये इसकी बहुत बड़ी वैल्यू है अगर समझा जाए. वो लोग हमारे लेक्चर जो वर्चुअल यूनिवर्सिटी के हैं, टीवी पे भी आते हैं. इफ यू आर ए team leader, if you are working in any organization or with any group, ask questions to yourself. When was the last time you said well done to one of your or any of your colleagues or worker? कब किसी की आपने तारीफ की थी सबके सामने कि फलां बंदे ने बड़ा जबरदस्त काम किया जी मेरी टीम के अंदर? आपको खुद अंदाजा हो जाएगा कि हम कितने कंजूस हैं. तो ये जो इंकरेजमेंट होती है, एक्नॉलेजमेंट होती है of the value they are bringing within the organization, within the group, within the team, is very important. And you need to do it both publicly and privately too. ये बहुत ही कॉन्फिडेंट बिल्डिंग में और ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जो ओनरशिप है उसके अंदर बड़ा पॉजिटिव रोल प्ले करती है चीज. और आपके फॉलोअर्स के अंदर ये चीज एक कैटलिस्ट का काम करती है कि वो नेक्स्ट टाइम उससे बेहतर काम करने की कोशिश करेंगे. ठीक है. एंड देन अगेन ये जबानी जमा खर्च बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट है, बट द रिवॉर्ड, नेवर फॉरगेट अबाउट द रिवॉर्ड. नथिंग इज फ्री इन द वर्ल्ड. You need to properly reward them. And reward them in a way that they should feel that is a meaningful reward for them. And just as I said earlier, make the pie bigger and bigger and everybody will get bigger share, larger share. उसमें कंजूसी नहीं करनी चाहिए. एक अच्छी टीम, अच्छी ग्रुप बनाने के लिए जरूरी है कि यू सिलेक्ट राइट टाइप ऑफ पीपल, गिव देम प्रॉपर ट्रेनिंग एंड रिवार्ड देम. हम ये लास्ट पार्ट भूल जाते हैं अमूमन ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस के अंदर. हम कहते हैं भाई ट्रेनिंग दिलवा रहे हैं, अच्छे लोगों को सिलेक्ट कर रहे हैं, मोटिवेट कर रहे हैं, तकरीरें भी कर रहे हैं, बड़े मोटिवेशन चीजें भी कहते हैं, लेकिन भूल जाते हैं कि हर एक के साथ पेट लगा हुआ है, हर एक की अपनी जरूरियात भी हैं. एंड वी लीड टू लिंक दोज थिंग विद द रिवार्ड थिंग. वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट. सो इफ यू रियली वांट टू कल्टिवेट दिस exemplary followership system in your organization, or you want to make your team a winning team, if you want to make your organization a successful organization, you need to acknowledge these things. So not only back up them, not only create opportunity for them to get the training, not only to encourage them, not only to acknowledge their values and publicly and privately, but you need to also make sure that they are getting proper reward for whatever they are contributing. वो जो वक्ती तौर पे हम थोड़ा बहुत देखते हैं ना कि इतना ज्यादा देने से क्या होगा. If you really in accounting principle, if you calculate at the end of day, if you are paying more, you are getting even better in the return. So proper reward system is also very important. And last but not the least, trust your followers. See, this trust thing is coming on and on every time. Doesn't matter if we are talking about the followership, doesn't matter if we are talking about the leadership. This trust is very important. आपको अपने फॉलोअर्स के ऊपर ट्रस्ट करना पड़ेगा. जब ट्रस्ट करेंगे तो वो आप पे रिस्पॉन्ड ट्रस्ट करेंगे. और अगर ये ट्रस्ट की इन्वायरमेंट कल्टीवेट हो जाती है ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के अंदर, तो दैट इज ए विनिंग ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, दैट इज ए सक्सेसफुल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. बट रिमेंबर, दिस इज ए कॉम्प्लेक्स फिनोमेना प्रोसेस. We cannot keep one thing there and say other things are not important. They're very important. Everything is important. We have to see this total picture. उसमें opportunities भी create करना है, acknowledge भी करना है, backup भी करना है, reward भी देना है. You need to have a system approach so that these all those strategies, they are going to make sure that you have cultivated a good exemplary followership in your organization. And then ultimately this whole leadership process is a success. And everybody is in a win-win position basically. If you are a management student, there are a lot of theories which are here. People have worked out on those theories in decades, which are complementing whatever we are discussing. चंद का मैं जिक्र करता चलूं. थ्योरी X है, थ्योरी Y है, मैस्लो की थ्योरी है. अब इन सबको पढ़िए, इन सब से देखिए, डिस्कस कीजिए. And you will realize that everything is kind of complementing each other. Talk about Hawthorne studies. ये सारी चीजें, जो भी चीजें हम डिस्कस कर रहे हैं, उसको सपोर्ट करती हैं. उनकी फाइंडिंग्स, उन बातों को जो मैं आपके साथ कर रहा हूं, उसको सपोर्ट करती हैं कि yes, people have proven this thing. ठीक है? Empowering the followers is very important to build their confidence. और confidence के साथ तो लोग बड़े बड़े कमाल कर देते हैं. You need to give your followers discretion, autonomy, that within their role they can function independently with freedom. And this empowerment is not coming alone. It's a cost factor involved with it too, with a strong accountability. So even followers or anybody who has been given power, they need to understand it is not free. There is attached with it is a proper strong accountability too. But once giving him power, autonomy, then let them apply those things. Then let them enjoy these powers and autonomy in decision making. You need to give your people importance. You need to give them visibility too. Because when you are recognizing them, they're also getting acknowledgement. Those visibility, because it is not the you as a leader that you have achieved something. उसमें बेनाम से बहुत से सिपाही ऐसे भी हैं जिन्होंने बहुत काम किया हुआ है. उनको बेनाम नहीं रहने देना, तो फिर आपको एक अच्छी टीम, अच्छे फॉलोअर मिलते हैं. You need to build relationship. So that if you are not there tomorrow, someone else within your group, within your team can take over the charge. और ग्रुप और टीम लूज नहीं कर रहे हो. उन लोगों को, अपने फॉलोअर्स को आपने कनेक्ट करना है बाकी इन्फ्लुएंशियल लोगों से जिनके साथ आप हैं. So that they should also feel empowered. Your followers should feel empowered. हम झिझकते रहते हैं कि हो सकता है अगर मैंने अपने कोलीग्स को, अपने सबऑर्डिनेट को किसी के साथ डायरेक्ट कर दिया तो कल वो मेरी जगह ले लेगा. तो सो व्हाट? Because I can bet you will be in a better position tomorrow. If this is the belief, if I'll go from this position, God has created some better position for me, then you don't need to worry. तो आपको अपने लोगों की रिलेशनशिप बनानी है, लोगों के साथ भी उनको कनेक्ट करना है उन लोगों के साथ जो पावरफुल लोग हैं, who matters for your organization और वर्किंग ऑफ योर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, ताकि वो जो गैप आ जाता है, कभी कभी एक लीडर चेंज होता है, लीडर चला जाता है, वो गैप नहीं रहना चाहिए. ऑर्गेनाइजेशन नीड टू मूव फॉरवर्ड, टीम नीड टू, कप्तान रिटायर भी हो जाते हैं, लीडर्स कहीं और बेटर ऑप्शन में भी चले जाते हैं, और गॉड फॉरबिड मरना भी तो है ना. So you need to empower your followers in that direction so that it should be a continued process. And all these things are going to help your organization, your team to build good environment there. So this is very important if you're serious of cultivating an exemplary followership or exemplary followers within your organizations. So what next? What followers are looking again? Followers are again, they feel significant if they feel that I really matter. जिस दिन आपके followers के अंदर ये एहसास आ गया, कैसे आएगा? जब आपने उसके लिए ट्रेनिंग किया, बंदोबस्त किया, जब आपने उसको एम्पावर किया, जब आपने उसको एक्नॉलेज किया, जब आपने उसको रिवार्ड किया, then what followers are feeling? They're feeling, yes, I really matter. When they start feeling these things, they are exemplary followers. They need to feel as a community, as a family. I always talk with my colleagues that we're like family. And in the family, nobody try to harm other family members. They always protect each other. Of course, for the good things. Unity of purpose and willingness to relate to one another as human beings is also very important. These are the basic things which often we forget about those things. And they damage our organizations. These approaches destroy our teams. So you need to remember those type of things. And then at the end, there should be always an excitement. Feeling of challenge, feeling of those pressures is life, is excitement. वो जो चलती हैं ऊंचा उड़ाने के लिए हवाएं, ये चाहिए होती हैं. So followers क्या चाहते हैं कि they should feel that we are important. And who is creating this feeling for them? The leaders, the organizations. और फिर एक environment ऐसी जिसके अंदर they should feel that there is a unity of purpose or they are working like a team, like a family. एक community का एहसास होना चाहिए उनको. We are social animal, right? Human beings are social animals. वो social aspect को हमें भूलना नहीं चाहिए. और लेकिन आखिर पे उसके अंदर एक्साइटमेंट रहनी चाहिए, चैलेंज रहना चाहिए. We don't want dead woods. We need more sprouting all the time. That is life. रुक के खत्म हो गए. एक्साइटमेंट नहीं रहा, डल हो गया सारा कुछ. And people will start taking things for granted. So you need to blend in, bring this excitement there, challenge there within your team, within your group, within your followers, so that वो खूब से खूब तर की तलाश में सारे रहें. प्रेशर होना चाहिए ताकि चीजें मूव होती रहें. Coming back to what again followers want from the leader, they want that leader should be honest. ठीक है, फॉरवर्ड लुकिंग होना चाहिए, विजनरी होना चाहिए, हमने पहले भी डिस्कस किया, इंस्पायरिंग होना चाहिए, कॉम्पिटेंट होना चाहिए, ट्रस्ट उसको होना चाहिए एक दूसरे पे. सेम टाइम फॉलोअर्स एक्सपेक्ट समथिंग फ्रॉम देयर कोलीग्स. व्हाट दे एक्सपेक्ट फ्रॉम देयर कोलीग्स? दैट दे आर ऑनेस्ट विद ईच अदर. अगेन सी, ट्रस्ट, ऑनेस्टी, ये तो हर एक को चाहिए. दे एक्सपेक्ट दैट देयर कोलीग्स आर ऑनेस्ट विद देम एंड विद ईच अदर, विद द कॉज, with the leaders, with the organization. This should be very clear. No doubt in it. मिसट्रस्ट हो जाए तो बहुत सारा टाइम उसमें जाया हो जाता है ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का, लोगों का, जो इफेक्टिवनेस पे, एफिशिएंसी पे नेगेटिव इफेक्ट डालता है. They're expecting cooperation from each other, from their colleagues. That is important. They know that they're dependable. They should be knowing that their colleagues are dependable. The trust thing again. And of course the competent. ये चीजें बार बार हमारे सामने आ रही हैं, समझने की जरूरत है. इनको आपस में लिंक करके आगे चलने की जरूरत है. Then we can make our teams the winning teams. Then we can make our organization successful organization. Then we can make our business as a successful business. Then, of course, we can make our country a prosperous and successful country. We need to try for this. Followers can make a bigger contribution by being more proactive in solving organizational problems. They can become better skilled if they know that they have the opportunity to move upward in their career. They can be more effective when they are flexible. They are open to each other, to opportunities, and to their leaders. And if leaders are open and flexible with them too, just vice versa. Remember we said, effectiveness of leader depend on the followers, and the effectiveness of followers also depend on the leaders. Coming back to again the original model, the leaders, the followers, and the situation. I tried to explain a few aspects of followers. I hope they're making sense to you. And remember, the same model, we are again discussing the leadership process. For this process, there are three important ingredients: leaders, followers, and situation. Let me shift focus from followers to leader again. Remember, when we started discussing the followers, I said there can be the value system, the norms, perceptions, their cohesiveness. So many different aspects we try to understand. The same way, to understand the leader, in this slide, you can see that the personality, the position, the expertise, and so many other things are very important to understand this leader. A person is different from another person. A leader is different than another leader. If you compare why they're different, because their personality, their position, their expertise, their perception, everybody is different. You can hardly find two similar persons in the world. Of course, someone can say the twins are similar. Yes, genetically they might be similar. There might be phenotypically, उनका जो नजर आता है बहन या दो बहन भाई या भाई दो बहनें जो ट्विंस पैदा होते हैं वो बिल्कुल एक जैसे होते हैं, शक्ल भी मिलती है उनकी, लेकिन still their behavior are different. They behave differently. तो फिर तो एक जैसा पूरी दुनिया में अगर आप देखें तो बिल्कुल एक जैसे कॉपी इंसान नहीं मिल सकते जो एग्जैक्टली सेम वे बिहेव करें, जो एग्जैक्टली द सेम वे रिएक्ट करें. उनकी पर्सनैलिटी एक जैसी हो, उनकी एक्सपीरियंस एक जैसा हो, उनकी एक्सपर्टीज एक लेवल पे हो, उनकी आईक्यू लेवल एक जैसी हो, उनकी इमोशनल मैच्योरिटी एक जैसी हो. नो. So if they are different, if we understand those things, we agree, then we have to understand why they are different. So that when you're picking people for a leadership position, you also need to focus on those traits, those characteristics. इसीलिए ये लीडरशिप को भी, इस पे बहुत सारे लेक्चर मैंने आपके साथ शेयर करने हैं, डिस्कस करने हैं आइडियाज, लेकिन यहां इस टोटल समझने के लिए हमने फॉलोअर्स को देखा, थोड़ा सा लीडर को भी देखते हैं. इंडिविजुअल, ए पर्सन इज डिफरेंट. जैसे मैंने आपसे कहा, उसके पर्सनैलिटी ट्रेट्स, उसका जेनेटिक मेकअप, कहां उसने ग्रो किया, किस एनवायरनमेंट में उसने ट्रेनिंग ली है. These are very important things to understand a human being. उसका सेल्फ कॉन्सेप्ट क्या है? What are those self-esteem of that particular persons? क्या उसका अपना कोई सेल्फ मॉनिटरिंग सिस्टम है? परसेप्शन कैसी है उसकी? उसके नॉर्म्स, वैल्यू सिस्टम्स क्या है? That can make a person different. So, to see a leader's, the basic trait, to understand their his or her basic traits, वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड हिज और हर पर्सनैलिटी। फिर किस पोजीशन पे वो लीडर है, क्या एक्सपर्टीज है उसकी, उसके बिहेवियरल एस्पेक्ट क्या है, ये सारी चीजें इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले करती हैं टू अंडरस्टैंड ए लीडर। उसमें उसके फिजिकल कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स भी हो सकते हैं, एनर्जी लेवल, एजुकेशन, सोशल स्टेटस, बाकी जो उसका बैकग्राउंड है, दे कैन इफेक्ट द पर्सन's पर्सनैलिटी। सिमिलरली द पर्सनैलिटी ट्रेट्स और एबिलिटीज, जिसको एबिलिटी कहते हैं उसकी, वो कितना डोमिनेंस है, डोमिनेट करता है चीजों को, हाउ मच सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस ही और शी हैज, एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव एबिलिटीज कितनी है उसके अंदर, कम्युनिकेशन कितनी अच्छी वो कर सकता है या कर सकती है, एंड एडेप्टेबिलिटी इन द सोशल एनवायरमेंट, हाउ गुड ही और शी इज, दैट कैन मेक ए डिफरेंस। देन वी कैन शिफ्ट टू टास्क और सोशल ट्रेट्स। मोटिवेशन टू अचीव उसके अंदर कितनी है, कितना रिस्पॉन्सिबल है, कितना परसिस्टेंसी है उसके अंदर, टास्क की ओरिएंटेशन कितनी है उसके अंदर, कोऑपरेटिवनेस कितना है वो, और उसका सोशलिबिलिटी, हाउ मच ही कैन बिकम सोशल विद कोलीग्स और विद सबऑर्डिनेट्स और विद द फॉलोअर्स। दीज आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट ट्रेट्स टू अंडरस्टैंड a leader too. So I think time is not going to allow us to start this subject again. So I have to close it here. Ladies and gentlemen, remember that we are discussing the leadership part of our leadership and team management. And we are trying to understand these three important characteristics, how they are interacting with each other, how they are important, the leader, the followers, and situation. We have covered this followership things and have initiated this leadership thing now. Leader thing part of the leadership. I'll try to finish this initial part of leader and situation in next lecture. Then I'll shift toward more theoretical part, मुख्तलिफ theories, थोड़ी सी हिस्ट्री को टच दूंगा कि कैसे ये लीडरशिप प्रोसेस कैसा चला और कहां तक हम आए, फोकस क्या रहा। शुरू में मैंने आपको बताया था कि आपको एक किताब से ये चीजें नहीं मिलेंगी, इट इज मोर एडवांस लेवल ऑफ कोर्स। मैं इसको बड़ा सिंपल बना के आपके लिए उस लेवल पे ला रहा हूं दोबारा कि आप इसके बड़ी आसानी से समझते जाएं। नथिंग टू वरी, वो हम यूज टू हो चुके ना, एक किताब होनी चाहिए तकिए के नीचे, पढ़े ना पढ़े एक उम्मीद होती है कि किताब तो है मेरे पास। इसके लिए कोई किताब नहीं, इसके लिए आप और मैंने खुद मिलके कुछ चीजें बनानी है मुख्तलिफ किताबों से रेफरेंस लेके। आई होप दिस जर्नी विल बी ए बड़ी ग्रीन पॉस्चर्स में से गुजर के जर्नी करेंगे हम। ऑफ कोर्स देयर माइट बी सम बम्पी रोड्स टू, बट डोंट वरी, we'll be going together. You need to work hard. Take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum.